Very pleasant. Good afternoon to you. This is Pastor Shaw right here, and you're in tune to Caribbean Explosion. Welcome on this Friday evening, the second day of June, the first Friday in June. And June has started off with a bang. And I'm telling you, we got some good stuff in store for you this evening. And got three lovely young ladies who are going to be coming on to grace the screen with me today. So I want you to stick and stay and don't you touch that dial. This is a Jamaican Explosion. Yes, indeed, it's a Friday evening, and I'm glad you could stop by Jamaican Explosion this evening. It's Pastor Rob, and it's just a pleasure to be here with you this evening. We got a lot of things to speak about this evening. Let me welcome to the Jamaican Explosion stage right now, Miss Nadine Dixon, Hotlanta Happenings. Big up yourself, Nadine. What's going on?
Hey everybody, hey everybody, hey Pastor Rob. Happy to be here to share what's happening in Hotlanta. You know, we're always having something, so we got to keep our hand on the pulse and just let everybody know, because if you're visiting, this is the place to be. You want to know what's happening, what activities to participate in. We got something for everyone.
So you got some good stuff in store for us this evening, huh?
Oh yeah. Oh yes. We have a lot. Lots of stuff for this weekend. We have a lot of stuff upcoming for other weekends. So just can't wait to get started to tell you all about it.
Okay, right. Okay. And of course, we have some ladies that will be joining us this evening as well. Miss Nadine Ellis, and she will be joining us to give us a little information about some financial, how to get our finance straight, along with Miss Sharon Thompson. And they are no stranger to the culture. So I expect them to chime in every now and then. Okay? Ladies, I'll have you on in a second. Let Nadine roll off what's going to be going on here. So, yes, Nadine, I was checking this thing out, and it just seems kind of strange that as soon as June rolls in, it's like it's almost Independence time.
Oh, definitely. We have so much going on. My gosh,
Mhm.
last week alone, we had so much, and we have so much more. Not just Caribbean stuff that's going to be happening, but
Mhm.
stuff in all over Atlanta. Do you want me
Mhm.
to start off? Which one you want me to start with, Pastor Rob?
Just 1 second here. Let me get it up here and get it on the screen for you. Let's get it on the screen just for you. And it's a little American thing to start off with, right?
Yes,
Just
it
to let
is.
them,
Yes, it
just
is.
to let them know that we're doing partial.
Yes, so if you're into R&B, tonight is the night. Hopefully you got your tickets to join the Atlanta R&B Music Escape with Tyrese, Red Rat, El DeBarge, and so much more. I hope you have your tickets, and if you're there, hope you're having a great time, okay? So that's it for that event.
Mhm. Okay, we talk about it's quite a few stars there. There's Tyrese,
Mhm.
Escape. Let me see here. The Barge, El
El
DeBarge.
DeBarge,
Oh, El
yes,
DeBarge.
yes.
Somebody from my days. I'm not.
Yes, so
See?
I mean, for those who just want to have a nice, relaxing, romantic evening with their partner, hope you
Mhm,
got your tickets, because this is
mhm,
the place when Tyrese is singing. Oh my God, he just
mhm.
sets the mood.
Okay.
And then, what's the next one, Pastor Rob? You want to show? The next one I have is the Atlanta Wine and Jazz Festival. So if Tyrese and his thing, the R&B is not for you, then Atlanta Wine and Jazz, and that's going to be at the historic Fourth Ward Park, Dallas Northeast in Atlanta. So go on and check that out. That's a free event. It starts at 12 p.m. tomorrow, Saturday. So go on out and enjoy that one. Atlanta Wine and Jazz. That's pretty relaxing, and with a glass of wine, all things are possible. Just go on out and have fun. The next thing, and one of my passions, is the sugarcane folk singers. Those are Jamaican folk singers that brings a lot of culture
Mm-hmm.
to us. And what they'll be doing, they'll be performing at the Star Community United Methodist,
Mm-hmm.
formerly St. Timothy, 5365 Memorial Drive, Stone Mountain. And guess what, guys? It's only $30 for adults and just $10 for your kids. So come on out, have some Jamaican cultural experience with them. Go back to the days when you have Miss Lou performing and other Jamaican cultural things. Let's expose our kids to our culture.
Okay. That's the kind of stuff that you're gonna hear on Sunday evening. Jamaican folk music. And I hear the guys are doing some serious rehearsal for this because I want to hear my favorite folk songs, the ones
Uh,
that I grew up listening to as a young boy growing up in Jamaica.
yes, they definitely will be doing that, Pastor Rob. And guess what, guys? We got to bring our young kids out so that this
Yes,
part of our culture is not lost. So
yes.
come on out. It's just $10 for kids and $30 for adults. You can pay at the gate. Come with your cash, come with your card. We'll accept either one of them.
Okay, and I was listening. I was in on the meeting yesterday, and I believe that I heard that there's also they're going to do little skits too.
Well, one of the things, Pastor Rob, the sugar cane is going to be
Hmm.
a little different from the culture. So the culture is on July 23rd. That's where you're going to see the skits and stuff. So the sugar cane, they may have skits, but definitely the culture show on July 23rd, the same location. They're definitely going to have skits and they're going to have other artists. And that's actually going to be give back to the community. So we'll tell you more closer to July so you can just plan ahead for that one.
Okay, very good. What else do we have for this weekend? Of course, the Georgia Caribbean Heritage opening ceremony, right?
Yes, sir. That
Okay.
is tomorrow at City Hall, Atlanta
Mhm.
City Hall. It starts at 3 p.m., where different Caribbean countries are going to be represented. There are going to be different cuisines for persons to try. So come on out. It's actually free to the public. So come on out, come and experience the different Caribbean cultures. There'll also be live entertainment and display. But once again, it's free and it's a good way to learn about other cultures. So come on out. That's going to be Atlanta City Hall tomorrow at 3 p.m.
Okay, so the MCs for that evening will be Mr. Wayne Hall and Janice, right?
Janice O'Shea. Yes,
Anita
sir.
O'Shea. Okay, yes. Sometimes we have to slow this down and let the people know, Nadine, just a little, give them a little taste of why they should come out. They want to know who's going to be there, their favorite MC is going to be there, what time it starts, and of course, the location once again is at the Atlanta City Hall, and this is at 55 Trinity Avenue, Southwest Atlanta, Georgia, 30303 in the city. Okay, and that should be a great opening right there. For is it's it, June is a Georgia Caribbean American Heritage Month. So
Yes.
go ahead, go
You
ahead.
get to see all the flags, all the beautiful flags that each country represents. So that should be awesome. Great picture opportunity, great learning opportunity for both the parents and the kids, because you'll be learning a little bit about each culture as well.
So we're looking forward. I might take a rundown to that one myself and pass through there tomorrow evening. Okay. But the one that I know that I'll definitely be at is on Sunday evening, because I might even get up and dance to quadrille. It's quadrille, I'm calling.
Okay, okay, I see. So, are you referring to the folk singing? Because that's also on Saturday, Pastor Rob. So make sure, but that's at 6 p.m. That's not Sunday. That's also Saturday. Saturday is so booked. We have three events. I'll talk about the third one. Sure.
Because
We
I know Yvette said she was rehearsing, and I was saying, well, the other day, but it's actually tomorrow.
Yes, tomorrow is jam packed. There's so much stuff happening. So the Sugar Canes actually performing Saturday the 3rd. Their performance starts at 6
Let
p.m.
me,
So,
let me try this.
Pastor Rob, we're going to have to clone you for you to be both places.
I don't know if you can clone me at all. I'm not clonable. But I'm telling you, just I like the opening ceremony and so forth like that. But sugar cane is kind of close to my heart, because you hear certain songs that are sung that you used to listen to. Kermit Akigo, Linstead Market, and if I had a voice, I could sing it. But I could just it for you.
Well, guess what, guys? If you're not able to come out to the Sugar Cane, we'll be there doing Facebook Live. So feel
Mhm.
free to follow, like, and share on
Okay.
our Facebook page, and we'll definitely, help you feel a part of that.
Yes, 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 definitely. You'll see me at Sugarcane. I'll definitely be at Sugarcane, though. Okay.
So will I, Pastor. So
Uh,
will I. So we'll cover, you'll get double coverage then, folks.
yes, most definitely, most definitely. It's good to have you on with me today. And I think we the Progressive Children Funds, and that's the last one that we'll cover for today, right? And
We
then
have just, yeah, just the progressive for today,
for
just
today.
for this weekend.
hmm But you also want to mention next week on Saturday, June the 10th, right?
Right. So
That's
let me just get through the progressive real quick.
okay.
This is Progressive Children's Funds, formerly Friends of the Corner. It's an evening of elegance. So,
hmm
ladies, get your fancy outfits out. It's the same day. That's at 7 p.m. And it proceeds to benefit scholarships to high schools in the US and Jamaica. So come on out for that, and we'll definitely have that for you. Did I send that flyer over, Pastor Rob, so they could get the address? Don't remember if I did. Okay, other events, guys, you can look out for on the 10th of June, St. Andrew's Old Girls Association having cocktails and tea. Caribbean Atlanta, Caribbean American Cultural Arts is having their captains of various industry on the 18th. We also have Integrity, that's gonna have a garden soiree on the 17th, and then following that you're gonna have Atlanta Caribbean Family Fun Day. So we'll give you more updates on that coming up next week, but just so you just leave some space on your calendar, guys, for all of these upcoming events. We also have Caribbean Praise Concert that's going to be coming up next weekend. So just bear in mind, lots of happenings. Just feel free to follow, like, and share with us every Friday starting at 8, and we'll be happy to update you on what's happening in Atlanta. Pastor Rob, back to you.
I was saying that throughout the show I'll pull that flyer up, because it's so many things going on. It's just buried in my flyers today, but I'm gonna get to it a little later. And anything special that you want to tell us about next week for yourself as far as Atlanta happening, and where can we view it? Because I know you posted up on Facebook and so forth like that.
Okay, so for next week, we're gonna be having St. Andrew's Old Girls Association cocktails and tea.
Hmm.
That's Saturday the 10th. Caribbean American Cultural Arts Foundation. They're gonna be highlighting captains of various industries. That's gonna be the 18th. We also gonna have Atlanta Family Fun Day on the 18th. That's a Mikey Sparkle presentation. We're
Hmm.
gonna have the Integrity Garden Saria on the 17th. So we have so much happening, guys. So just follow us. We present this information every Friday. We have the hands on the pulse, and we'll definitely update you so you can mark your calendars. Just make sure have those cards ready.
Very good, very good, very good. And of course, as we move along, I will be out in the market, and we'll be able to possibly at some time as we get more folks know where we are and come out, we could get some giveaway tickets for our shows and so forth like that. Just for promotion's sake. But it's good to have you, Nadine, and I know that you were anticipating your first Atlanta, and I think you did very well today. It was great having you
Thank you,
on.
guys. Thank you, Pastor Rob. I appreciate it. And I'm definitely looking forward to just coming back and just having people know what's happening because Atlanta is the place to be. There's so much happening, there's so much entertainment. And if you're visiting, there's so much to see and do. So, like and follow and share. And definitely feel free to put in the chat where you're viewing us from and go from there.
Very good, very good, very good. So as we come on Friday evenings at 8 o'clock, a lot of people are out, and a lot of people are barbecuing and so forth. But over the weekend, the audience catches up with the show. Everybody's looking in, and so we're going to be encourage people to watch us Saturday if you're out Friday night. That's the great thing about Facebook and YouTube, because we go out to Facebook and we go out to YouTube. So encourage people to watch us on Saturday, Sunday, or I know you caught a show during the week last week, when a previous show. So we're going to work this thing, and we're going to get the information out. Everybody know what's happening on Jamaican Explosion. It's great to have you, and I'll see you next week. Okay.
Okay,
All
thank you
right.
for having me. Bye, guys.
Very good. Thank you very much. Yes, indeed, you're in tune, or you're watching Jamaican Explosion, and this is Pastor Rob with you, or just Rob as they know me back in the days when I did radio for 15 years, Celebrity Rob back in Springfield, Massachusetts. But I'm also a pastor, but that doesn't mean a pastor doesn't know what's happening in the community. Pastors are supposed to be the leaders of the community. So I know that, well, that's my motto. I try to get all the information out for folks, the good information, and the information that I believe that folks can benefit from experiencing. And I have another set of ladies here, and I'm going to bring them both on screen with me. And I'm so glad they could join me this evening. Let's get Miss Nadine Atlanta off right now, and we're going to switch that for a second. Okay, and we have coming up here Miss Nadine Ellis, and she's the senior marketing director of a financial professional world system builder. Is that the name of the? Is that the name of the
The company, yes.
company?
Mhm.
Okay, okay. And of course, I have Miss Sharon with me. Sharon, are you listening? Are you hearing me now?
I am.
Okay, you're nice, loud, and clear now. Okay. And Sharon, okay, all right. So you all knew that knew. Did you know that I know her, Nadine Ellis?
Well, actually, it's so funny. The world is so small because remember we met a while back, years ago, and it's funny. I was trying to introduce you too for years. Remember?
Yeah, yes.
And it never happened. I told Nadine about you, and then and then
Mhm.
you met, and I'm like, wow, look at that.
Yes, yes,
You
yes, yes.
know,
We met over there
world is small,
at AJA. We met
right?
there at
Mhm.
AJA. And Nadine does a lot of good work over there with the Atlanta Jamaica Association. And it's
Yes.
good to see that she has many interests.
Wow. Yep. So
Yeah.
that's when I said, you know what? Let me just surprise her and pull her in. When you invited me on, I said, you know what? Let me get her on and connect. And she was like, and I don't think she did. You have a clue
I
what it was?
knew, yes, when you told me, Pastor Rob, I know and the station, but I said, let me surprise you.
Okay. All right, ladies. You're here to speak to me about the firm or the finances in general, right? Why, Sharon? Why why is it so important that we know how to handle our finances?
Oh my gosh. So, in a nutshell, Pastor Rob, so here's the deal. When I met you, I
Mhm.
mean, in your previous profession,
Right.
your,
The post office.
um, we
Mhm.
spoke.
Yes.
And so I realized that I coming from New York many years ago, I came to Georgia and I
Mhm.
worked for the city of New York. I thought with a deferred compensation plan, with this and that, and the God knows what, I thought I was in a great place. And so fast forward many years, we're in the same community, Nadine and I, but
Mhm.
then we met through a mutual friend.
Mhm.
And so she told me about this thing about financial literacy, and I'm going, oh, financial literacy, boring. I already know that I'm smart, I'm educated. And so we sat down and we talked, and I realized that, you know what? I didn't know what I didn't know. And so
Mhm.
fast forward to where we are now, I decided to join the campaign that she's on. And
Mhm.
she's been on this campaign forever. And I
Mhm.
decided to jump on the campaign, the bandwagon. And
Mhm.
guess what? I became a cheerleader. I'm like, you know what? I can't cheer from the sidelines anymore. I just have to join. I can't beat her. I have to join her. So
Mhm.
now we're both on the same team, campaigning for the same cause, financial literacy. And I, believe it or not, I was at the Capitol today,
Yes.
last minute thing. And I went down there and I met some crazy people. And they're like, oh my God, do you have any flyers? I was able to hand out flyers, educate a few folks. And while I'm being educated, because this is a never ending learning process.
Okay.
So I can say it publicly now, thanks to Nadine, because someone else tried to introduce me and I'm like, forget it. I'm not interested years ago. And so when we met, I was like, you know what? This is it. Let me join. So that's it. So we really touch on so many different subjects because we realize our community, Pastor Rob,
Yes. Uh-huh.
been taking a hit for too long. And so now
Mhm.
we're scrambling, we're scrambling. We're like, drowning men grabbing onto straw. But with this company pretty much saved my life and saved my family's life because I could
Mhm.
share with them and I keep sharing with them. So
Mhm.
yeah, Nadine, take it from there.
What's the basis the basis of
Financial literacy.
yes, uh-huh.
So on our platform, we offer free financial workshops. Free.
Mhm.
That's the
Mhm.
operative word. FREE. And you heard it right.
Mhm.
Free. All you have
Free.
to do is connect. Free. Connect with
Oh.
one of us, and we'll give our information out. As a
Mhm.
matter of fact, if anyone's listening, I'm Sharon Thompson again. My number is 770-846-5568. My email address is S like Sam, HARTHOM like Mary, 1021 at gmail.com. And so once you reach out to me, then I can send you a link and get you onto our free financial workshops.
Okay. And
And we,
when I come down to the workshop, what can I expect to learn while I'm down there?
so I'll give you a rundown of the workshop subjects. For
Mm-hmm.
example, building savings and wealth.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, preparing with proper protection,
Mm-hmm.
your health and wealth,
Wow, that's good.
understanding asset accumulation strategies,
Mm-hmm.
fulfilling long-term goals,
Mm-hmm.
etc.
Okay. And
Those are things that are taboo in our community. And so, yeah, it's what we share.
well, so we're gonna learn a whole lot when we come down and we experience one of these seminars. You know what I liked about when I was reading the booklet you sent me. It said uh, our campaign with the success of empowering 1 million families, we continue we continue forward with a good goal of educating 30 million people by 2030. That seems like that seems like quite a mission right there. Speak to me about that.
Okay, so Nadine, do you want to go there or you want me to continue?
Oh, I could if you
Yes, come
okay.
on.
If you
So
want to jump, in, yeah.
Mhm.
you could hear me?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Okay, awesome. So our company is on a mission to educate 30 million family by 2030. How are we going to do that, Pastor Rob? We need your help. And
Okay.
that's why we're here. That's why Sharon reached out to you to say, hey, can we come on your show to
Yes.
talk about this campaign? Because when we think about it, how are we, our next generation, going to change?
Wow. Hmm.
You know, if we're not, it's not taught in school. We learn, what do we learn? We learn how to go get a job, right? But
Exactly.
they're not taking the time out to say, hey, how are you going to build your financial future?
Hmm.
Going to build your financial house strong. The
Hmm.
first building block should be protection in case something happened to you. And it doesn't mean, you know, when we talk about protection, we think that benefit, right? Oh, and you hear in our community, you know what, let somebody, Lord, no work, you know those saying, right, Pastor?
Yes, of course.
Yes, boy, I mean, no, we need, that mentality needs to go. Because
Exactly.
if we're not changing our next generation, what's going to happen? It's going to still be the same cycle,
Keep
right?
making the same mistakes.
The same mistakes over and over. So when we say protection, it's protection of uncertain times, right?
Hmm.
Can be disability, long-term care, terminal illness, cancer, whatever it is that you're going to need some funds for to take care of you while you're alive. So
Hmm.
those are the living benefits. Then
Hmm.
Sharon talks about all the other workshop, but how are we going to build wealth if we don't know how to come out of debt?
Right. That's true. So you're gonna give us or give those that come along some
Some tips. How can you come out of
yes.
debt?
Yeah.
You know, and how can you not go into debt, right?
Mm,
When we start
mm,
talking to our children at a young age, it is so taboo that you
mhm.
think about it, and I don't know, you know, it's our culture of saying you're growing up, a lot of big people are talk, right? That's what big people
Oh,
talk
true, 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 true.
about bills. You know, it's not picnic business, this. No.
Mm,
You need to bring your children around the table and let them understand about savings, right? I
mhm.
love that my mom showed us how to save. She
Yes,
showed
most
us to save
definitely.
the little piggy bank. Can
A
you
little
put
piggy bank.
money? Yes, in the piggy bank,
Mhm.
right? But now is what? Cards. Every child wants their credit card or their
Mm,
plastic, their debit card.
mm.
But can you teach them how to save a quarter from a dollar?
I know the pride that we used to take when that piggy bank got to a certain level and you were able to go in it around Christmas time. You know, when,
Right.
that's the time that we usually go into it around Christmas time, and we realized we had that much. Wow, you know, and it gave us a sense
Worth,
of
money.
worth. You know,
Yes.
and hey, I did this, I saved this, I put this aside, and now I
Yes.
can benefit from using it. And those are, you're right, those are concepts that we do not, they're like ancient concepts, but those are concepts that we should not let go of. Sharon, what do you think?
Mhm.
Absolutely, absolutely. So here's the deal. In our culture, what we say, lift every mickle make a muckle.
And
So
every
it starts like Nadine says, that quarter, dropping that quarter in the piggy bank.
mm-hmm,
Okay. And then at the end of the year, when you take that piggy bank and you open it up and you start counting,
mm-hmm,
okay, you'll be shocked to see what you have. Okay,
mm-hmm,
but then when you open it up,
mm-hmm,
it's time to spend, but then it's also time to save, time to invest.
mm-hmm,
Because I mean, you don't want to spend and splurge and finish all that money and then start all over again. And
Exactly.
unfortunately, it's what we're used to. I mean, it's just a cultural thing, or it's just a thing
Mhm.
where we save $100 and we spend $100 or more.
Mhm.
No, we
Spend what
spend
we don't have.
$110.
Exactly. Spend what we don't have.
What we don't have. But
Exactly.
we have to understand, talking money, Pastor Rob, of compound interest. So
All
it's not
right.
just put it into the bank. How is your money doubling?
Mhm.
You know, your money is not doubling in the bank, right? So
Mhm.
where else can you put your money for
Mhm.
your money to have a high interest on that money? And that's where we need to talk about and let us understand to diversify your portfolio. So
Mhm.
when you come out of debt or you don't go into debt, where are you putting your money? Where are you putting your emergency fund?
Mhm.
Where you
Mhm.
put in your investment that you're getting compound interest on it?
Mhm.
Because remember that formula, compound interest, rule of 72. It was developed by Albert Einstein, and he said take 72, divide by the interest on your money, and it will tell you how many years your money will double. When
Wow.
it's in the bank, you're not even getting 1%.
Mm.
1% divided by 72, it takes 72 years for your money to double.
Wow.
How many 72 years do you have? Right? Maybe only one.
Maybe one. Maybe. Mhm.
Maybe only one. But
Maybe.
if you understand the different platforms to diversify your portfolio, like your tax now, tax later, tax advantage platforms, portfolio where you're putting your money, and those are things we talk in the workshops. Those are things we want people to be educated. And
Mhm.
then the formula, the wealth formula: money,
Mhm.
time, rate of return, right?
Mhm.
We want a plus or a minus on our money. Inflation, that is a silent killer.
Mhm.
And taxes, our favorite Uncle Sam, that is not my favorite uncle because I really don't like him that much, you know, to build our wealth. So when we can
Right.
understand those formula and beating inflation, because
Mhm.
we all know about taxes, but inflation is that silent killer that's just boom on us,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Just like the dollar store. It was $1, now it's 125. What happened? Inflation happened.
That's right. That's right.
So can you beat inflation? That's where we have this conversation. These are the conversation that we have to
Mhm.
have around the kitchen table from a young age. That
Of
say, hey,
course.
yes, the piggy bank is that quick money for you to go buy for Christmas. But
Mhm.
for you to have a long investment on your money, you have to understand rule of 72. And it's really, we can break it down to little children, to middle school, to high school, and of course, adults. These are programs that we have at all ages for everyone.
Okay. And just in case they missed it around the dining table, you and Sharon have an opportunity here to present it to all of us, or again, and to those that missed it. And go ahead and tell us the name again of the financial service.
So our company name, so we're a financial group, World System Builder.
Financial group. It's a group.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it's a group. But World System Builder, why we say World System Builder? Because
Yeah.
World System Builder is the educational platform. That's what the campaign is all about. We
Oh,
said we want to educate that 30 million family.
wow.
And we're on the campaign. We have materials like what Sharon shared with you. We have a workbook that you do. Meanwhile, you're doing the workshops that we're doing for free 5 days a week. We have workshops at our office on Zoom. All that information we can share with the audience. And like Sharon gave her number, my number is 770-383-2398. And my email is so easy to remember. It's Nad
Mm-hmm.
Ellis 718. 718 is because of New York. Whoop, whoop, you know. So Nad Ellis 718 at gmail.com.
Go ahead and give that to me again.
So it's Nad NAD
Mm-hmm.
Ellis ELLIS
Uh-huh.
718 at
The double, the
gmail.com.
double, not Ellis, and what was the numbers after that?
718
718
mm-hmm,
at
at
Gmail
gmail.com.
at gmail.com.
Yes, let me make sure all the devices are off because I think we're
Yeah,
some
I'm hearing an echo. Yeah.
right. So
Okay.
yes, so make sure, Sharon, check your computer. I'm checking my phone because I sent something to someone to make sure. I hope it's
Okay.
being cleared. Yes. Is
Yep.
it? Are you hearing us better, Pastor Rob?
I hear a little thing coming through, but we'll just work through that now. I think I'm hearing good through the headphones, so they're picking up correctly. Um,
Okay.
even though there's a slight little echo.
A little background, yeah,
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
but it's not bad.
Is,
And then,
is that
and
it?
may I just jump in and add? Tomorrow we're having a pop up.
Mm-hmm.
The Jamaican American International Chamber of Commerce. They're having at CLTV, which is on Memorial Drive,
Mm-hmm.
6254 Memorial Drive in Stone Mountain.
Right.
They're having their second annual pop-up shop.
Okay.
So it's
So I'm gonna get off screen just for a little while, and you and Sharon, you and Nadine tell me about that. Okay. Well, I fix a few things here. Okay.
sure.
Okay, sure. Go ahead, Sharon.
Yes. So tomorrow will be the second annual pop-up shop of the Jamaican American International Chamber of Commerce. And that will be from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Again, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. at 6254 Memorial Drive in Stone Mountain. So we will have, a table with our flyers and our books and, stuff like that to hand out. So come on down and check us out,
Yes.
tomorrow. Yes. So we look forward to seeing you tomorrow. But in the meantime, reach out to us. We can get you signed up for our free financial workshops.
Yes, and when we say free, the reason why we're doing free because how think about it. If we're charging, right, Sharon, and we're
Yes.
charging whatever, we see some crazy price out there
Ridiculous.
for these workshops that we're giving for free. And the reason why we're doing it for free because of the campaign we're on. We want everyone to feel comfortable to not worry about, do I have that money? Do I have $300,
That's
$400,
right.
$500 to sit and get these information? How to increase your cash flow, debt management, debt roll up. How can I come out of debt that we talked about? How can we build a 3 months to 6 months emergency fund? How can we do that, right, Sharon?
Yes.
Saving and wealth. The biggest thing about health is your wealth. If you're not financially stable, how can your wealth be financially stable, right? Your health and wealth, they have to come side by side, because you have good health, then your wealth is not there, then what? It affects your health.
Of
That
course.
is correct.
Side by side. So guys, we're here for you, and I just really appreciate everyone that is listening to us, and I appreciate Pastor Rob to have
With
a
this platform,
this
man.
platform to reach his audience, right? Right,
Yes.
Pastor? Because your audience is international. It's not just here in Georgia.
Yes.
It's international. Remember,
International.
he said 15 years in Jamaica. And every time when I met Pastor Rob, I was like, is it the same? And then when he was explaining, I'm like, yes. Then we start talking more, and we come to understand that we were born in the same beautiful parish of Puerto Antonio.
Yeah.
So so we have that connection of understanding that our community needs to change, right?
I'm gonna give you a little joke here, and you might think it's a joke, but it's a reality.
Mm-hmm.
I was born in Kingston, but grew up in Port Antonio. But I'm not. I'm not. Everybody born in Kingston, but seriously, I was. But yes, at an early age, we moved to Port Antonio, and that's where I went to school. The last school I attended in Port Antonio was Titchfield. I went there for 2 years.
Wow.
Yes, yes. So I'm a old Titchfield boy, so to speak.
Oh, look at that.
Yes,
Nice.
yes. But right around there in the Bumbrook area, uh, Nadine, once you get to the Bumble Care and you turn up and go to the left, you go up to Stony Hill and Springbank and those areas. That's
Yes.
where, and she knows those areas. That's where my
Mhm.
grandmother is from.
Wow.
That's where my family is from. I was born in Portland, but had the beautiful, beautiful Portland. Then I have the rough Spanish town.
Yes, yes, yes. And Sharon could tell
I'm a
you
San Diego girl.
that. And Sharon, you know, I know I went
I'm
back.
born under the clock.
I
Real
know.
Kingstonian, born and bred.
Right?
St. Joseph's Hospital.
Vineyard Town.
Vineyard Town.
Vineyard Town. I know Vineyard Town, you know.
Yes.
When I left Port Antonio because my grandmother passed while my mother was in America.
Oh man.
And
Oh, I'm sorry.
so I had to come to Kingston and finish living, you know, my time there. So I lived Rallington. So, you know, we are
Right next to my school.
right next to your story. So
Yeah, I went to Camperdown. I went to Maplesville Prep. That's where I started.
yeah, no.
And then I finished up at right there in Vineyard Town.
And
And
she,
then I went to the other town, right over the corner, to Camperdown High.
yes, indeed.
So that's where I finished up.
So when Camperdown has their reunion and so forth like that, I expect you to come back and share more information.
So and it's funny, they just had their reunion because every Memorial Weekend in Florida, they have a big bashment, you know.
Yes.
So you know, exactly. So they sent me all the pictures, hounded me. I mean, I was like, man. So next year, live and direct, I'll be there.
So you see, Pastor Rob, why we're on a mission.
Yes, yes.
Because we're from the same island,
Right.
and we see what education is all about, right?
Oh,
we
yeah.
see our parents, we see our grandparents, and the changes that has to be made there in the island. Then we come here to the US, and you think it's a big difference, right? But it's not a big difference. It's really the same thing, because you're in the culture of now not talking about money.
Right.
You're not talking about how are we going to change our next generation.
Mm-hmm.
And if we're not going to have these conversations around the kitchen table, like you said, how are we going to have the conversation? We need to have the conversation here, like what we're doing. And that's why we have these workshops for consultation. It's free consultation. I don't charge for consultation.
Wow.
We want to say where you are, where part of in your life timeline you are. You know, we want to take you from when your responsibility is high during your journey in life. We want it to go down when you get older, so your wealth now gets up there, right? So you start where you at, then you build your wealth. And what that simply mean, can you bring down your liabilities over time and build up your assets?
And even have money to take you through retirement when you get
there. You go.
There
you go.
Again. And we see so many elderly retiring and have to go back to work because they never had these conversations during their journey of working. If it's even a job or you're an entrepreneur or whatever, wherever you are, you never sit and have a conversation with a person like myself and Sharon to say, hey, can you take me and show me, hey, when I retire, you should at least have 20 times your income. And the reason why, because you're living more than 20 years after you retire. Social Security is not enough. Pension plan is not enough. All of those things are not enough. So you have to have other money coming in and making sure that all your liabilities are down. And people say, but Nadine, by the time I retire, my house is paid off. But guess what happened, Pastor Rob? Inflation is happening. Your taxes are going up. I have witnessed, I've done mortgage. I've witnessed elderly people losing their home because they cannot pay their taxes. And it's sad because now this is the American dream to own your home, right? So I've finished paying off and I own that house, but guess what? I retire now and my income is 1/3 of what I was making.
That's correct.
And the taxes has gone up.
Great information. Great.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Those are the conversations that we have on the workshops.
Oh yeah.
We have one-on-one consultation with Pastor Rob.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Sure,
This is the greatest. I'm sorry.
I understand that you actually come visit churches and different institutions.
Oh, absolutely, we do. We're not partial. So this is what I was just about to say. Pretty much, we go anywhere you want us to go. You just name it, and we go there. So we get on Zoom because we're in the Zoom age. I mean, the quickest way to reach someone. But guess what? We also travel, and then, like Nadine said, we're all over the country. We're all over Puerto Rico, Hawaii, North America, Canada. So there are agents everywhere. There are people all over the country. And guess what? We span the whole gamut. We have people that you can talk to. If you say, hey, I have a cousin in Maryland. Well, guess what? We can get on Zoom. But if that cousin is a kneecap to kneecap kind of person, we can say, hey, let us call it is someone, one of our counterparts in Maryland or in Texas or in Canada, Quebec, Calgary. It doesn't matter where. Hawaii. We can find someone to go sit with them face to face, kneecap to kneecap, and speak to them. And that is why this platform, I'm telling you, it's the best thing that ever happened to my life at this stage. The only part of regret I have, and I'll be honest, is that I didn't meet this platform 20 years ago, 30 years ago. Because guess what? I'd be on the beach, my private beach, talking to you from my private beach right now. And I'm so serious about it because what's uncomfortable in our community is talking about money. Money is taboo. Money talking about, hey, let us do a final expense. Guess what? Nobody wants to talk about that.
Yeah,
when and I'm telling you from experience, when I spoke to my dad, I said, hey, Dad, are you going to do a will? Are you going to do this? And he was like, oh, it's like, oh my God, you're killing me. Not realizing that it's not a bad thing. Money is not bad. Okay. As the Bible says, the love of money is the root of all evil. Exactly. But money is valuable. Money is power. Money is awesome. We need money to exist.
You have to be open. And one of the reasons why I believe many of us don't speak about money is because it causes us to be, if we're truly speaking about it, it causes us to be honest about what we really do with our money.
True.
And we just don't want to face it. We just don't want to come.
You hit it on the nail, Pastor. That's the scariest part. When I sit and I said, tell me how much you bring in.
Yeah.
What are you spending each month? Tell me what's you bringing in, what you spending each month, and how much you're putting towards your assets, and how much you're doing towards, especially your asset. There, some people like Nadine, I don't want to talk about it.
I said,
I don't want to talk about. Can I just tell you what I want to do? I said, no, you have to budget yourself, and you have to see how you're spending. Even when Sharon talked about her dad of talking about, we talk about a will or a trust. Can you put your assets in a trust if you think that it's going to go to probate court? Not just a will, because a will goes to probate court. These are things, are conversations people don't like to have. So you said it correctly, Pastor. They are afraid of talking about how they're spending their money because it's very scary.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right. We have a love-hate relationship with money. We love having money, but we don't know how to control, money. Money controls us pretty much. And that's in our community, that's what it's always been. So we're on a trajectory to change that by the year 2030. That's why we're on a mission, a campaign, a serious, crazy campaign to educate 30 million people by 2030. And so we need everybody. I mean, on our platform, honestly, people come in and they learn. But not only that, there's an opportunity to gain experience, and earn money. I mean, you can do it, so we can talk to you. I mean, just reach out to us and we'll share with you. We're more than happy and willing to share with you how to do so.
So ladies, I'm going to invite you all back again.
Yes.
It would be a pleasure.
And I want you to invite us to your church, Pastor. We need to talk to your congregation.
Oh, I already told him that. He knows it's a standing thing.
And all the pastor friends that you have.
That's correct.
So we can talk to the congregation, because the church is getting broke.
Yes. Yes, for sure.
And you know,
Your whole lot.
it's getting when they get sick, everybody has to tithe, or they now
GoFundMe.
doing GoFundMe.
Most
It is
definitely.
very sad. So we will glad to be on again and to be invited to your church.
Of course, the church needs to be the example to the world in every which way.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
that's where it starts. So, Pastor Shaw, you just don't know. You're a brother from another mother. I mean, the day we met was an awesome day. That was a
Yes,
blessing.
yes, yes, yes.
It was a blessing.
You make me trying to make some money, right? You met me at the post office when I was at the post office. I was supervising the post office. So I was making the money. Praise God, I've retired now after 23, 24 years. So
Praise God.
it's time to give back to the community.
Yes,
Uh,
Yes.
that's why I have Jamaican Explosion to give back. But it's not necessarily
knowledge is
just
power.
Jamaican, but I give back to everything that's happening in the area. But every now and then you have to get back and concentrate on what's going in that little place that you come from. And,
Yes,
Yes.
and
Yes.
we have to key in on those folks because we need the attention, and we need to let the Jamaicans there know that we speak about them. We don't forget about them when we're here and only fly back in time of vacation. We want to let them know that our eyes are on them, and we
Yes.
hold them responsible for the
Yes.
country that we left there. And,
Yes.
and they're holding us responsible to make sure that we do our best to send back or return back whatever
and
it is that we can,
yes.
whether it's in education, whether it's in the knowledge of how to spend the money. We
Hmm.
have to be flowing that back. So even our country, they know how to handle money correctly.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Absolutely. We
Pastor.
care. We love.
And last year,
I
the
was
time
just
has
about to say
passed. Last year, myself and Sharon was wow. I can't even, Sharon, you have to say this.
so
We
the teacher of the
go ahead,
year,
Sharon, because I
Kishia
just like
Thorpe. Yeah, Kishia Thorpe, who got the International Year of the Teacher of the Year award. She was also granted the Nobel Prize for Education.
Wow.
Kishia Thorpe. And as we were speaking, it's so funny. I mean, that Nadine was there because she pretty much piqued my brain because I was about to mention it, but also I reached out to her, Pastor Shaw. So I was going to surprise you, but okay, I'm going to tell you now that she also accepted. So I said, well, listen, I'm going to get you in touch with him
Most
so
definitely.
you can have her on your show. I mean, when I tell you dynamite,
That's great.
she's yay high, but she's a
but
powerhouse.
Sharon, how did we give back to Jamaica?
So she's a recruiter. So what it is, Pastor Shaw, she both her and her sister are twins, and they're former athletes from Jamaica that were recruited to the United States, to colleges here.
Mhm.
And what they did as professionals, she being a teacher, her sister being a professional with with the government agency, what they did, we met online, and they invited us to go to their event, their recruiting event, because every year for the past 14 to 15 years, they have a nonprofit that they go back and recruit athletes. They bring with them to Jamaica. They
Mhm.
have recruiters from different colleges throughout the United States,
Okay.
and they go and they recruit athletes to come back here. And so we were able to present to that group last November, the first week
Mhm.
in November.
Brought it right to
Yeah,
Jamaica about financial literacy of
yeah,
how
yeah.
the parents should be, because we do college planning too, Pastor.
Oh,
I've
that's
talked
great.
about college planning of saving for the children's future. And that's they invited us, and I'm still so amazed of seeing what you said, Pastor. We go right back talking about finance and budgeting, and how that the money that they're saving, that they can save for their children. So even if they get scholarship, can you have that money for them, that they can do room and board and all of those things? So those are things that we talked about there last November. So Pastor, we'll go anywhere, especially by Jamaica. We look at Jamaica, we love so much.
That's
I
funny.
love that place so much. And I started my new project too, Pastor, with my Spanish Town Primary School,
That's good.
giving back to my primary school, because we can keep talking about education and what the economy is happening. But when the principal talked to me and tell me that there's over 100 and plus students not having breakfast, Pastor, not having breakfast, that's
The food is so plentiful.
well,
yeah.
overflow. You have 100 and something student going to school not having breakfast. You know that I had to be a part of that. And my association that we are part of, AJA, that we love dearly because they're giving back, and that's why we're a part of AJA, because they give back in the educational platform. That's why I'm a part of AJA, because we have to go back and give back. So we're not just doing it here in the US or in North America, Pastor. We're going back to a little country, a little island. Sharon went back and gave back her values, her knowledge to her high school. We in November we were
And a check. And they got a check too. You were able to get a check. So that's the more to come.
We have our personal project. Sharon is Pearl Promise.
Pearl's Purposeful Promise. That's dedicated to my mom, you know.
So we're giving back, Pastor, not just here, but back in our little island.
Yeah, my mother was a true Clarendonian, but she was a Kingstonian for most of her life. And so she was a philanthropic Mother Teresa. I call her to them Kingston Mother Teresa. And I'm thinking, Mother Teresa, you mean the Jamaican Mother Teresa? And I'm like, what? People were at that home going to celebrate her because of what she did. There were people there that we didn't even know existed. And they saw the obituary and they showed up. Busload. People came from all over to pay tribute to my mom. Okay. So that was pretty healing and momentous to us, because that's what it is. Of the 5 children, who did the mantle fall on? Sharon Thompson. First born.
Okay, all right. So Sharon and Nadine, it was a pleasure having you guys on with.
Thank you for the honor.
I'm pretty sure it won't be the last time. This time we're talking about finances. Some other time we might be talking about other things. But you all call me up and let me know when you get that information around Atlanta and that information down in Jamaica, so we could use this program right here to get the information out to our community home and abroad. So I thank you for stopping in this evening, and look forward to having you guys back again. And I'm going to get that information, all your information, and the next week's show I'll make sure I have it broadcasted on the show here. Okay?
Thank you so much. We appreciate
you, Pastor Rob. Take care.
So tell everybody about Jamaican Explosion now, okay?
All the time.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Very good.
Have a good one.
Take
God
care.
bless.
Until next time, be blessed, stay blessed, okay?
Okay,
you as well.
And thank you very much for having us.
Thank you so much.
You're most welcome now, okay? Very good. This is Pastor Shaw here, and you have been watching Jamaican Explosion, and it was my pleasure to bring to you the information that we had for you today, the weekend coming up, and all the events that are happening. And I thank Nadine for coming on, and Dixon, and giving us the Hotlanta Happenings. And of course, I thank Sharon Thompson and Nadine Ellis for giving us a little financial information today. And we will have more on that. Okay, we will have more on that as we go forward in the coming weeks. But until next week, this is Pastor Shaw saying, I hope you enjoyed our show today, and I'll be back with you next Friday. This is Pastor Shaw from Jamaican Explosion. I hope you enjoyed. See you next week.